Well, it actually happened Sunday. I was at work, and my husband and I, we both left at 5:30 in the morning. And our puppy he's had a hard time ambulating, so we found it was easier for him when we were gone for longer periods of the time to let him have access to go out into the yard, to use the bathroom and to take his time. So he had an electric collar for perimeter, and we had been having some issues with the perimeter collar. But he rarely moved, and we own responsibility for not, double checking it to make sure that it worked. But at 7:45, I received a call from my husband saying that there was a call to 911 that was with our address, that an animal was hit and was suffering. So I left work, went straight there, and confirmed it was my dog. And what broke my heart was that he was still alive, and he lifted his head as much as he could whenever I arrived, and you could tell he was injured. And our neighbors had been kind enough to remove him from the middle of the road into their yard, and that was when I talked with my husband, and we made the decision, since he was still alert, to try and take him to the nearest animal hospital. And so we made the over hour-long trip there, and when we got there, I received the news that he had a shattered pelvis and a fracture underneath his right eye, and they were concerned about internal bleeding. And so with the amount of surgery that he would have had to have gone through, and his quality of life would have been extremely diminished, we had to make the choice to euthanize him, and it was heartbreaking.
Now, I want to emphasize, you said puppy, but this pet's been a part of your life for 15 years, right?
He's 15 years old, but he was always my puppy. He hasn't run for 2 years because he started to have a lot of arthritis problems, but which is why it was so hard to hear, because he never went towards the road that I was ever aware of and stayed stationary. And the fact that he was hit in the road, I knew he was in the road when he was hit because he couldn't dart in. So that's what made it so hard.
And you have children. This pet's been a part of their life, their entire lives.
Yes, I have an 11-year-old and a 9-year-old, and it was traumatic for them because they had to say goodbye to Rocky over a video chat before euthanizing him.
So it's your feeling that this was caused by a speeding vehicle?
I believe it was, because after all of this happened, I spoke with my neighbors, and they told me that there's been so many vehicles flipped in their ditch and accidents right in front of their house that they are very aware of anything that goes on, and they did not hear any horns, anything at all whatsoever. So there were no tire marks to show anyone tried to hit the brakes, and because the person didn't stop, I'm left to my own conclusion as to what happened.
Now, just to put it in perspective, you live on a curve where the speed limit is 30 miles an hour.
I live just after the curve.
So, and right where your house is, it's a 30 mile per hour speed limit, or it's changing from 30 to 55, but nobody should be really speeding in front of your house.
Right.
But you live there. How long have you lived there?
I've lived there for 2 years.
So in the past 2 years, what have you noticed as far as the speed of vehicles?
Oh, they intentionally gun it as soon as they come around the curve. When that 30 mile an hour goes to 55, you can hear even inside the house, because people have mufflers and they have all different types of vehicles, motorcycles. You constantly hear it, especially at night, and in the morning when they clear that 30 miles an hour, they gun it.
So what do you hope to see happen? I know you've talked with the sheriff's department and maybe some others since Sunday. What have you asked them to do, and what are they telling you?
Well, for justice for Rocky, since we'll never know, more than likely we'll never know who left him in the road like a piece of trash. I'm trying to make it safer for our entire community and all the animals and all the children, and including my neighbors who are afraid to check their mailbox because they're afraid that they're going to get hit from people speeding around that curve. I want our speed limit reassessed to make sure that it is the correct speed limit. I do not believe it should be 55 miles an hour in front of so many houses. And I would also like to see enforcement of the speed limit. So this is something in Rocky's name that we want to have safety near our home. And because we live next to this road, if an accident happens, it shouldn't be an automatic death sentence for a child or for any animal. I really, truly hope that my beloved dog's death, that Rocky's death, is not for nothing. And we loved him, and he was part of our family. And I hope and pray that this effort will keep someone else from having to have the same thing happen to their pet or to their child.